What's up everybody, Andrew here. I finally took the kayak out on my maiden voyage yesterday. I went to Estero Bay here in Southwest Florida. I launched from a spot where I didn't have to pull the kayak very far. I got right in the water. It was super shallow. I didn't expect that, so I had to stick to the boat channels. I wasn't too pleased about that. Had to do a little more paddling than I anticipated, which kind of negated the old Mirage drive there. You can definitely feel it when it hits the bottom and you don't want to bend it, so you have to fillet them open and brace them open up or pull it out and then use a paddle or a push pull or whatever. But overall, I had a great time. It was just so nice to be out there, be on the water, and just fishing, just having a good time. So this video is going to be 3 up and 3 down, 3 good things and 3 not so good things from my first trip out there. I learned a lot about the boat, how I'm going to use the boat, and I'm going to incorporate that into what I buy, how I'm going to rig it out. So we're going to start with the 3 ups. This boat is amazing. I mean, it is so stable out there. It is 38 inches wide and it is just a beast. Since like I said, I was close to the boat channels because it was deeper there. I was close to the boats when they were going by, and sometimes it was a no wake zone and sometimes they were pretty wide open, and it produced quite a bit of wake. I did not feel lopsided at all. I didn't feel like I was going to tip at all. When I was coming back to where I launched from, there were a couple of wakes that came directly at me, like perpendicular, like a T-bone, and a couple times the water came up over the bow, and it was bone dry in there. I checked the bucket afterwards. There were a few drops, but nothing, like no water. Like that seal is great. I opened the bucket a few times. There was no water in the hull whatsoever. This thing was so rock solid. I was just so impressed with it. That was the first upside. Like, I can't say enough about it. I'm glad I went with, one of the reasons I wanted the Pro Angler was because of the size of the cockpit. And I mean, I had so much space in this, and I'm really glad with my purchase. Like, I'm glad I didn't get the Outback. The Outback is a great kayak, but I felt that the cockpit was a little too cramped for me. So that was up number 1. Up number 2 was how easy it was to get this behemoth up onto the roof of my sedan. The way that it was I don't have room for a trailer. I didn't want to take on a payment for a truck because my car is all paid off. So I bought a roof rack for $400 versus having to pay a monthly $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 truck payment. And it worked great. I used the Rhino Rack universal kayak loader. I need to make one modification to it, which I will go over in a future video where I actually show you loading and unloading the kayak from the top of the car. But getting it up there was really a breeze. It was actually more difficult to get it up onto the roof from the DIY kayak cart because of the PVC than it was straight off the ground. Straight off the ground, you lift it right up, put it over, lift up the back, and put it on. Super easy. Up number 3 is my PFD. It was so comfortable that I didn't even know it was on me half the time. The only time I knew it was on me was when I was trying to put my cell phone back in my shirt pocket, and I could do that because it came in so much here. I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to where I'm gonna keep my cell phone, because I didn't like where I had my cell phone, but it was nothing due to this. This has the pockets where I was able to take some stuff out of my tackle bag, which was all the way in the back, and put it in here, and then I have it easily accessible for now, because I don't have any accessories with storing stuff just yet, other than what's in the hatch here. So the PFD was great. So just to recap real fast, just the Pro Angler in general, the loading it and unloading it, and the PFD, 3 ups, great ups. Now the downside, the 3 downs, because I'd never fished this, I'd never taken it out, I didn't buy any accessories. I didn't want to buy stuff that I know that I might not use, because it just didn't suit the kayak. It didn't suit how it was I was gonna fish it. So it was just so utterly disorganized. I had the paddle here with the push pole was across here also. The cup holder was in the way. When I was trying to rig the shrimp on the poles, I was putting them back there. It didn't work whatsoever. It was awful. I was very frustrated with that. But at the same time, I did not want to buy stuff that I potentially might not use. So when I got home, I ordered a few things, which will be in a new video. One is to mount the paddle, and then another one will be the push pole, and then another one will be a rod holder to be able to just kind of set my pole down forward and just have it out of the way, so that if I'm landing a fish or I just need to rebait my line, I'll be able to set the rod in there and have the line hang down right in front of me and be able to take care of that right here. That was down number 1. Down number 2 was I did not use this parking pole 100% of the time. It did not work with the strong currents that I had. I might have footage that I'll be able to put up over me talking. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at any of the GoPro footage that I had. But I was able to stake out in one spot and it worked great. But the next time I tried to stake it out, the current was so strong it was pushing the kayak, and the pole was turning, and the anchor trolley was coming up on the pole. It did not work like 100%, which is fine. It shouldn't work in 100%, especially in strong current and wind, because the boat was getting pushed and the current was pushing the boat, and it's just a stick and it was mud. So I ordered a grappling anchor, and that'll be here in a few days. And so the next time I go out, I'll be able to toss the anchor off the stern, feed it through the anchor trolley on the side, and be able to twist the anchor trolley so that the hook or the rings are in the back. And then when I got 2 Yak Attack cleats that are going to go into this track mount, and I'll be able to tie the line off to there. So that's another thing that I learned. Another thing is the paddle. Another down is the paddle. I did not anticipate me having to paddle that much, and I used the full paddle. I didn't break it in half like a lot of people do. I had it full, and it kept getting caught underneath the rudder, the turning handles here. And I don't know if it was just my stroke or if that's the way it always is, but it's going to be something that I'm going to have to practice at, or put something in the front here to kind of divert the stroke from getting caught under here, because I did get caught under here a few times, and when you're really paddling you can potentially break that, and I don't want to break it. So this video is already longer than I wanted, but those are my 3 ups and 3 downs from my maiden voyage. I think overall positive, and hit that like button, hit that red subscribe button, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.